Hello, hello. Mic check. 1, 2, 3. Hi everyone, I see a couple of people in the chat here. Welcome, coworkers. Can y'all hear me properly? Let's see here. Okay, I think my audio is good. I'll give a sign in the chat to let me know you can all hear. That'll be perfect. Hello everyone! Say hi to all of you in the chat. Perfect. Thank you, Yessie, for letting me know. Like to greet everyone. Kai Carajo, Kai 3212, Yessie, Popstar Queen, ADS and Queen Dawn, Bizaglo, Detective Ola the cat. Hi Anissa. Okay, perfect! Thank you all for joining me on my debut stream here. It's the first time I'm actually live streaming, and I thought it was only fitting that I would, of course, live stream playing Twisted Wonderland, and I was waiting for an event to come up, and so Culinary Crucible it is. I think I've done so many Culinary Crucibles at this point, at both JP and English server. So it's only natural that I would go through this event with you guys. So yeah, there's a bunch of in terms of the timer, I tried to gather some ingredients since this morning, so I don't have as much ingredients as I would like, but gonna try cooking with what we have on hand here. So hi Car, no, you're not late, you're just on time. So gonna try to see what recipes we can make today. And in true Koa fashion, I've done this event before on JP and I've completely forgotten all the ingredients that are needed for it. I'm pretty sure they gave me everything I need to make stew, because they always give you all the ingredients to make at least one starting dish. But I don't remember, so let's just try it off the bat. The theme this time is milk. So it's kind of cute that they have Leona and Apple as the chefs for this event. I kind of want to think of it as a joke, with Apple probably needing more milk to grow taller and Leona being a cat. Alright, let's see here. So milk is the theme. I gotta guess what some of these other ingredients are. So yeah, I'm gonna play around, try to create some recipes. I think I'll also try to do a temple because I don't have the Culinary Crucible cards yet. So I would like either Apple or Leona just to help me farm more ingredients. Let's see, I think it's flour, milk, it looks like there's carrots in there, so I'm gonna toss in some carrots. What else do I have? It looks like it has broccoli, but I don't think that's an ingredient in this event. Alright. Onion? Quite possibly. It looks like it has meat in there. It could be potatoes and meat too, except I don't have any. It's definitely meat, because literally that ingredient is not even unlocked yet. So I get onion, I got meat, I get carrots. Try this. I think this is it. I was gonna go for it. It's not worth it to think too much. I hope it's the best. Hope it works out. Okay, so I did get it the first time. Okay, perfect. See, I still remember some stuff. I got thrown off because there was some green in there that I thought would be broccoli, but I don't see broccoli in any of the excursions. Of course, you always start off with very optimistic ones. Oh, Jamil and Malius are picky chefs, so we always get some couple of hard chefs to please. Oh, not bad though. Considering the first one I got right, that's an improvement compared to my previous Culinary Crucible events. But thank you. Yes, it was onion and meat. Thank you for the advice there. Okay. I gotta see because we don't have a lot to work with. So panna cotta, 3 ingredients, and maybe I don't have a lot of milk, so I really have to be sure I think this one through. Gotta use sugar, right? Because it's sweet. Do I have sugar? Okay, let me go back. I gotta see the ingredient excursions. What do I not have? Okay, so Alchemy Lab's got some sugar, spices, and gelatin, and then there is meat and bacon from the chicken coop, which pretty much almost feels like the same to me. Okay. I think so. Nothing sweet, so I don't think I can do panna cotta because I feel like panna cotta's gotta use some gelatin and sugar. I think those ingredients go in there. Meunier with cream sauce. Do I have fish? Oh, I do have fish. So it's milk. Fish. Okay, it's milk and fish, I like to say. That looks like a fish to me. And then the last ingredient, it's a cream sauce. Oops. Didn't mean to click that there. Cream sauce, milk, flour. Do I need a thickening agent? Fish? I'm gonna try it. We'll give this a shot. I want to say it's gotta use a thickening agent to make like the cream, you know? So it's either like flour or cornstarch. And it's definitely got fish in it, so let's give this a shot. See there. Oh, okay. 2L2, man. I'm on a roll. Even Callum's so shocked. But you think about this, it's like Grim doesn't care because he eats anything. Callum Malleus basically grew up with a silver spoon, so it's some really tough palates here. But I love how Malleus shows up. Yeah, Leona is the chef here, I bet. There's some bad blood between them, so they probably have some rivalry going on. Like, could you imagine, like, Leona tasting Malleus' dish, or that Malleus tasting Leona's dish, and actually saying it's good? I feel like your pride wouldn't even let them. Okay, so the Meunier cream sauce worked out. The stew worked out. I just can't do it again. Panna cotta won't work because we don't have sugar and gelatin. Now, milk toast. Milk toast. Maybe? But I don't know, milk toast sounds like it might need sugar. Oh. Let me look at this one. Okay, there's croquettes. What's in this croquette? Like milk? Cream croquettes. I know one of these 3 ingredient dishes we can do. I just don't know between the milk toast and the cream croquettes because we don't have sugar. I feel like milk toast might need it. I actually made milk toast recently. Like, made it from scratch. So I should know the ingredients to this. But, like, aside from definitely flour and it uses a bit of milk, it does have sugar in it in the actual dish. So that's why I'm a little hesitant. Because I don't think any of these work. I don't think breadcrumb's gonna work in this case. Definitely not pasta. So yeah, I don't think it's the milk toast. I'm gonna say let's go for cream croquettes and hope for the best. I know croquettes gotta use some panko, some breadcrumbs here. It's gotta use the milk. Now the last ingredient is what always gets me. Breadcrumbs, milk, and then something else. I don't think I've ever had cream croquette. I've only had the potato ones. Is it gonna need sugar again? I don't have any sugar. Can I just not do this? Like, is there an actual dish? Okay. Okay, people are telling not to make the same mistake. This flour, milk, sugar, bread. Okay. So, cream croquettes. I don't have sugar, so I assume I cannot make this dish. That's hard. Because like a milk toast and cream croquettes both use sugar. Then I literally can't make it. It's like locked behind the other dish. But like panna cotta doesn't need sugar. Does everything need sugar here? That's confusing. Okay, risotto needs cheese. Is cheese an option in here? It's not. Wow, I'm really struggling with this one. Okay, I'm like, everything needs sugar. What do I do? Can I make this risotto? Risotto looks like it needs bacon. I don't know. Okay. I'm kind of confused now. Croquettes don't need sugar. Oh, okay, okay. Okay, milk. Flour. Breadcrumbs? Milk, flour. Yeah. Okay. I'll just try with that. Flour, breadcrumbs. Okay, let's do it. It's weird because maybe because I'm used to making katsu, and katsu uses like eggs and flour and panko. Okay, there we go. We figured that one out. I was really caught up in figuring out whether it needed sugar or not. We had Vil in this event too? Wow. And Riddle. We have like the toughest judges in this event. Like Vil, Leona, Malleus. And Jamil is kind of tough. So like, we got the hardest judges for this event. I think it's really funny. I feel like as soon as Leona became a chef, everyone's like, okay, we gotta go in and try this just to critique it. Especially the three-way rivalry or bad blood between Vil, Malleus, and Leona. Okay, here. We don't have any meat or bacon, so I don't think risotto is even a possibility. Yeah, we have 0 meat and bacon, so we can't even do this. That's what? 1, 2, cream croquettes, menu. Okay, that's 3 recipes. I feel like generally the culinary crucibles have at least 4 recipes we can do. Yeah, I got no sugar for toast. I got no meat for risotto. I've got no sugar for panna cotta either. Okay. I feel like these are going like seafood alfredo. I can take a guess. Oh, I could be. Seafood alfredo. I mean, it's gotta have milk. It's gotta have pasta. It's gotta have some type of seafood, so I'm assuming clams. Now it's like, what's the last ingredient of the seafood alfredo? I gotta guess. I gotta do this. I gotta do this. I won't look at the hints just yet. I'm gonna see if I can figure this out. If I fail, so be it in this regard. You know, I'm gonna guess fish. This is a seafood alfredo. Alright, I assume It's gotta have it's like shellfish, regular fish, pasta, and milk. I'm just gonna do it. Just do it. I have a good feeling. It should be right. If not, I'll just have to live with it. Oh, okay. Here we go. See, I can do this. I've been doing very well. I've been building up my MasterChef intuition. I love it. They still hate my food, but you know what? They'll learn to love it. I know what's funny about the whole concept of the Culinary Crucible is like technically we are cooking these dishes and we're presenting it in front of judges. But we're doing this so many times that I imagine in reality that it's just the students keep going back in the kitchen and presenting more and more dishes to the judges. And it's just like, you will eat my dish and you will learn to love it because you have no choice. Okay. No sugar. Yeah, I hate when the sugar or meat is kind of ingredients are locked behind other places. Okay. We got some good ones. White curry. White curry. Oh, I need some spices. I don't think I have spices yet. Spices are locked. I definitely know. But hey, yeah. See, I'm doing the process of elimination now because I know I have ingredients I can't have. Like, I don't have spices. I don't have meat, so I don't have sugar. So I know which ones I'm missing. So at least the clam chowder pot pie, which I assume it's milk. Clam chowder pot pie. I've had clam chowder, not in the pot pie before. I assume we need flour for it. It's got clams, right? Because it's clam chowder. So, and it's a pie. It's a pie. Gotta be a pie. I do have one pie. Okay, I have exactly one pie though. One. So it has to be this. It has to be it. This is all I can do. I think it's the last recipe we can nail. Okay, that was not. That was not it. I was so confident. Oh, I'm sorry. Jade is like showing up for the first time too. Oh, the disappointed second years. I'm sorry. This is so mad. Apple looks so disappointed. I'm sorry. It was not flour. I thought you had to do like flour pastry, you know, for the pot pie or... But I guess the pie dough covers that, so I don't need extra flour on top of it. Okay. I think that's basically all the dishes I can do. I think that's it. There's no spices. I'm missing something in the pot pie, which I have no clue what it is at the moment. But I don't have any more pie dough, so I can't really experiment. There's the last ingredient in there. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Jade. I didn't mean to do it. I cook with the spirit of Lilia. Peepaw possesses me, like, you know, Ratatouille style, and he directs my motion. My hand slipped and I put in the wrong ingredient. Okay, yeah, no risotto because we don't have meat. And then none of these ones because we have sugar. So I think that is actually all the dishes I can do. So actually, this is not bad. I only failed once. That's a massive improvement. I think after doing like, I'm pretty sure, what is it, 11 Culinary Crucibles by now? I would like to think I improved. Definitely way better than my first couple of rounds with this event. So your head is... Yes. Just think of a tiny bat version of Lilia just tugging at my horns, directing me on the wrong ingredients to use to put. But I do take a bit of joy in seeing their reactions to poor meals. That's so funny, Leona. The recipe is so basic, impossible to botch. Proceeds to botch several recipes immediately. Clam chowder need onion. Okay, thank you for that fact. Because I was like, I thought chowders, you know, usually have potatoes. They may have carrots in it, but I did not think about onion. I think I'll have to try that whenever it is that I do get the ingredients. So that is all the recipes we can cook. For the time being, I will have to farm additional ones and then, you know, figure out the others. What do you think JP might do for the boys? Now all of them have been cooking events? Good question. I feel like we have been in Culinary Crucible / MasterChef forever. It's like we think about it, it's like 22 characters, right? That's basically 11 cooking events. Twist really does love food, so I actually don't really know what kind of event they could do to replace this, like another possible elective. My only thing is I hope they don't just replace it with more battle events, because we already have exams and we do have, like, you know, other battles in general, so I hope they don't like start producing battle focused events. I'm like, I don't know, maybe more twist tunes? Maybe they join a music class? Maybe it starts becoming a music class elective and we do nothing but play twist tunes or rhythm games in the new events. I think that'd be interesting. But yeah, I'm super curious. I don't know what they're gonna do after MasterChef. It's got a special place in my heart for that. Okay, well, since the cooking is done, I will actually try to go for the what's it? The go to the mirror, because I don't have either of these two cards. Oh my god, they're so cute. Look at Apple. I love his bright, shining eyes. He looks so eager to learn. This is the true face of a first year, a freshman in school. Leona definitely looks like someone in his senior year. He's done. He's got senioritis. He's ready to just not do anymore. He's only here for extra credit. Okay, let's try and do a tenfold summon. I am really not looking good on the gem count, and I'm scared of what might come in June, aside from the birthday boys. So let's do a tenfold, just to see if we can get at least either Leona or Apple. I don't care, as long as it's either. Because what I usually do is that, you know, I try to at least pull for one of the chef cards and then farm the event to get the other one. Yeah, just like try to farm and get the other card. Oh, what's this? Ah, it's Callum. It's not even related to the event. Well, I'm glad of you to join us, Callum, but we're looking for some chefs here. Just a bunch of R cards. Oh, Floyd. Where are my SRs? Please. I need one SR from the event. Just one. Okay, it's Apple, but it's not Chef Apple. Please, give me one event SR. Oh god. We got only one SR in this poll, and it's Callum. He's not even in this event. And then 2 R apples just to rub it in. Okay. Well, neither Leona or Chef Apple wanted to come. I do have single keys. I'm like, do I try getting the single keys maybe until one of them shows up? I might just do that. Because I can't really afford another 10 pull. And I do like collecting them. Alright. Well, we're gonna bank our hopes on single pulls now. Oh, that's an R. Okay. Summon again. I just need one. I just need one SR. Oh, R card. Okay. Let's try again. I only have so many single keys. Cause it's, yeah. Cause like, for 10 pulls, you're guaranteed an SR, but it does kind of stink that, you don't get the SR for the event, necessarily. I think I've like stated this before, but I really hope at some point in the future, Twist introduces new R or SR cards. Cause after 4 years of like pulling gacha on like JP and, you know, like 3 years or 3 years on Twist EN, I've like maxed out most of the SRs. Like, I don't need any more perfumes. I have enough perfumes to start a boutique. I can't even buy any more backgrounds. I have too many perfumes. Oh, come on. I just need one! This game nothing but R's. Oh, okay. Let's just keep going. It's almost like personal now. Oh, that looks like an art card. It's another art card. Malleus again. Malleus, please. I'm just trying to get SR Apple or Leona. Come on. That looks like an art card. Jack. I haven't seen him in a bit, but are you serious? Okay, we got 3 single keys left. Please, one of you show up. Okay, this is an SR. Okay, 2 feathers. There's gotta be an SR. Let's hope it's the event one. Please. Okay, SR. Oh, is it Apple? Yes! Finally! We got one! We got one of the SRs for the event. Yes, I'm not surprised Leona totally would not answer the call. He's probably asleep or doesn't care somewhere. But we got Apple, and that's fine. Look how cute he is. I know he hates being called cute, but that's the only way I can describe it. He's so adorable, so fresh-faced, so ready to embrace the kitchen. He's got, you know, firmly grasping the ladle and the pot in his hand. I think you'll be fine. I trust Apple. I think he'll be able to cook relatively well, you know. Especially in terms of the first years. I would trust Apple's cooking more than Ace's cooking, to be honest. Out of the first years. I mean, I think Jack is also I would trust Jack to cook properly as well. Okay, perfect. We got at least one. That's all I needed. Just one. And then Leona's pot is burning. That's probably why he couldn't answer me. He's too busy trying to turn off the stove. So I'll still I don't want to end my excursion, but now that I have Apple, I can use him for my next excursion there. Perfect. Yay, okay. So we got Apple, that's all good. We did our cooking. see what else. Yeah, we got excursions, we did our cooking, so all that is covered. So what I am gonna do next is that we'll move on to the Q&A stage. I will actually, did I do my dailies today? I have to see. I don't remember. I think I did. Yeah, I don't have the skip button, so I'll run that in the background, but we will move on to some Q&A. So, let's see, have I used your timers to speed up the gathering already? I don't think I actually have any timers right now, or maybe I hit like end excursion. Let me check actually. Yeah, I have 0 time winders. I don't have anything, so I can't speed up anything right now. So that will have to, it's time gated. I have to wait. I have to wait and farm. It's Culinary Crucible is funny because it literally punishes you for procrastinating. Like, you literally cannot complete this event last minute because of all these time limits. Unless you want to start spending gems, but no one wants to spend gems, like, come on. Okay. Let me move on to the Q&A, because I asked you guys for some questions for the stream. I did get some, both on Twitter and also on my YouTube as well. So I'll get there. Oh, true, I could get some in Sam's shop as well. But I try not to spend event currency because I really like basically farm as much as I can just to get the other card, like, because it costs like 1,500 coins just to get it, so I have to farm it. Okay, let's see. I gotta move myself up. I'm a little short on this table here. There we go. Okay. Here. So I see Yessie has posted a question in. I do have some of you in this chat here have given me questions as well, which I will put up shortly. But Yessie, Miyo in chat, which Twisted Wonderland character do you share or close heights with? So, fun fact is I am the exact same height as Brittle. So Riddle Rosehearts, he's 160 centimeters, so we actually have the exact height. So I'm glad to say I'm taller than Apple at least, and the exact same height as Brittle. And then everyone else in Twist is just too tall. I'm sorry, they're just too tall. Like Mally has 200 centimeters without the horns. What? And then, you know, there's Jack and the Tweels who are insanely tall. And then I think it's funny because Vil is like 180 centimeters. He's like one of the tallest humans in Twisted Wonderland, but that makes sense since he's a model. So, yeah, I just have to be in Riddle's height. Though I don't know if his height is with his heels or not. That would be something interesting to note. Okay. I need to scoot in a bit closer. All right, so first question actually I have. So this is from Detective Ola the Cat 140. Thank you for providing this question here. I also see that you joined the stream today. Thank you very much. Is there any Disney movie that you would want referenced in Twist in the future? It's just interesting because I feel for Twisted Wonderland, they've referenced a lot of like Disney movies that are in the 2D animation era. So it's basically up to Princess and the Frog. I feel like that was the last 2D animated movie, and then everything else is kind of 3D. So if there's any that would want to be referenced, I think if they reference like Peter Pan, I felt like Peter Pan hasn't been kind of referenced yet. You know, I actually would, if they were to introduce a new Disney like villain character in Twist, I actually would like it to be Captain Hook. I was surprised that Captain Hook wasn't, you know, one of the characters or the teachers in the world of like Twisted Wonderland. So I mean, we even now have, you know, fellow Honest and like Giselle in the event. I guess it's not really spoiler alert, but since it's already happened on JP. But yeah, I'm surprised actually. So we have like Pinocchio references, but I think Peter Pan and, you know, like Captain Hook haven't really been referenced yet. So I would like them to show up. Yeah, I think so. I think that. Another one perhaps could be, you know, if they start tipping into the 3D animated movie, I would think maybe like Moana, maybe some Moana reference would be a very kind of interesting turn of events. I think, yeah, those would be the choices I would pick. Peter Pan, you know, have Captain Hook be involved, and then, you know, Moana. Okay, thank you for that question again. Well, alright. So the next one here is let's go look actually in the chat for a bit. Shan Yu, you know what? So I just want to say something, because me and Little Bean talk a lot of like twists together. We collaborate a lot together, and honestly, we joked that we really want to see like hot Disney anime boy like Shan Yu, like Ikim and Shan Yu. First, it's like a Mulan reference, because I really do love the Mulan movie. So I think they had like a brief reference to it in the Halloween event, but would love to see more. But I think it'd be very interesting if we had somehow like handsome Ikim and Shan Yu, because I'm like, how would you do this? But then again, they made Flotsam and Jetsam hot, so I guess it could be possible. So actually, yeah, that would be another character aside from Captain Hook I'd be very interested in seeing. So and then Everheart's VTuber, who's your twist character you want to marry and why? So I think I got a couple of questions actually about like my favorite twist characters you might be coming up. So I'll kind of go into that when I go over those questions. So I'll come back to it and I'll go to the other ones. Okay, so the next one. So I actually got a couple from Kai. I believe is also in the stream. So I'll try to answer each of them. So there's a couple of questions. So the first three are: do you have a Nintendo Switch? If so, what's your FC? To be honest, I don't know what FC means. I assume it means favorite color. So I actually do have a Nintendo Switch. I don't know what model or version it is. It's just like the basic one with the red and blue Joy-Cons. I think that's what it's called. So I didn't really buy any different colors. I just work with the ones that came with the original Nintendo Switch. But if I were to pick a color for it, I would love any sort of pastels they have. I like red, so considering the Switch is half red anyways, then it's like it's like already covers half of the bases. And of course, I also really like purple. If you guys have not noticed already, that is my main color here. So I do enjoy purple as well. So any sort of purple, maybe pink pastels would be really cute, I think. Or Nintendo. Oh, friend code. I'm sorry, I totally did not interpret this properly. I actually don't know what my friend code is, to be honest. Because I actually don't think I ever went into my settings to look. And I like never connect online to... I'm actually very much a solo player. Yeah, I don't really use a lot of like online connection, like even with PlayStation and like the Switch. I don't go online very often, so I actually don't know what my friend code is. I should, but unfortunately I do not know. And then, would you likely play Disney Lorcana? Maybe the crossover Twisted Wonderland? Disney Lorcana seems interesting. I would think about it, but in honest to God, I'm not really much of a card player or like, you know, the TCG type of games. So I never really got into them, even with, you know, when Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh were like the biggest things back then. Like I never really got into it because I found, I guess there's like the learning curve and trying to get into a game, learning all the rules and keeping track of all the points. So it is tempting, because also with the mention of the crossover with Twist. So Twisted Wonderland actually does have a card game, but it's like part of the Weiss Schwarz. I hope I pronounced that right. But it's like the Weiss Schwarz card game, which has like a lot of different anime collabs with it as well. So technically, Twisted Wonderland does have a card game, but it's only in Japanese, and I have no idea how to play Weiss Schwarz. So, right now, unlikely. I think I would play unless like I got involved with a real like in-person friend group that were all into it. So essentially, unless I just got the fear of missing out syndrome and then decided to pick it up then. And then thoughts on Mickey Mouse in Twisted Wonderland overall. Okay, so it's funny because even though, you know, this has Disney written all over it and there's, you know, Disney Twisted Wonderland, I always forget that Twisted Wonderland is a Disney game. So when Mickey showed up for the first time, it felt like a mental flashbang where I just did not expect it. Like he came out of nowhere. I don't know if you guys like, I haven't really played Kingdom Hearts, but you know, in Kingdom Hearts, there is like Pirates of the Caribbean kind of world with like Sora working together with like Captain Jack Sparrow. It's like the same feeling of seeing that, like the jarring sudden art style change, like these characters you did not expect show up. You're like, okay, there's Jack Sparrow and Goofy. It's kind of like the same sensation. So I think I'm okay. I'm cool with Mickey Mouse and Twist. I'm more curious on what role he's gonna play. Like he's been involved with us all this time throughout the story, but I would really like to know what his involvement would be in the future. So I would be kind of interested in seeing what will happen with Mickey. So kind of neutral on him, but I'd be excited to see if they do a little bit more with him. Okay, so that's the first of the questions here. Just a little briefly looking with the chat here. Favorite event and why? From Yessie. That's a difficult one, honestly. But my mind does go to the ghost marriage event. It's like what's called Phantom Bride ghost marriage event, I would say is my favorite event because I think it was the first Twisted Wonderland event where I played it and like actually in like IRL burst out laughing at some of the parts in the event. I thought it was really silly in some places. I love like the parts where the boys try to get Eliza, you know, impress Eliza with their whatever romantic attempts at romance and getting shot down so badly. It felt nice. It's kind of nice having like a third party almost come into the Twisted, like the NRC cast and knock the boys down a couple pegs because they are really prideful and they think they're the best. But it was really funny seeing Eliza just like shoot them down. I don't know. It was just really fun to see, and it was also very sweet and heartwarming. I'm also very much an otome like dating sim gamer, so the parts, you know, at the beginning there with like your proposals and confessions, that was like that tickled my otome heart there. Okay, and yeah, everyone got slapped, but to be honest, I thought it was kind of funny at their own expense. It was kind of funny. Okay, I'm just gonna go to another of the questions. I know Kai sent some other ones, so I talked about my reactions and thoughts on Mickey. Would you plan on getting Animal Crossing for Nintendo Switch, or just buy a Switch for some other games? So I do have a Switch. I don't have Animal Crossing on it. I used to play Animal Crossing on the Nintendo DS, but I never got it for the Switch because I think I eventually reached a point where I didn't really play as many kind of cozy style games. I used to play a lot of farming games. Like I loved Harvest Moon, and Rune Factory 4 was really fun too. But I eventually reached a point where I felt like these cozy games felt like a lot more farming work. Like I'm already doing all this farming for gacha games, and then I have to farm in like these cozy games. So I'd never end up getting Animal Crossing for it. But to be honest, I bought a Switch mainly so I can play a lot of otome games. So all of the visual novels in otome games, that's essentially why I ended up having a majority of it for. Also Ace Attorney, I love Ace Attorney. So I also have that game as well. Okay. I'll read through the chats here. VAs, so T. Thomas. Hi. VAs and Twist game you like from other medias. Oh, say you, VAs. So, the first one that comes to mind actually is Nobuhiko Okamoto, who's the voice actor for Floyd. So he actually is the voice also for Yang Qing in Fate Grand Order. So prior to going down the rabbit hole that's Twisted Wonderland, I used to play, like, be really involved in Fate Grand Order. Like that was my main gacha game, and one of my favorite characters was Yang Qing. Like absolutely loved him, and like Nobuhiko was the one who voiced him. And so then like I saw he was also like in Twist, and I was like, oh, that's really cool, like voicing two of my fave characters from there and other media. So Hana, I mean, the thing is, Twisted Wonderland has so many good voice actors in Seiyu. Like Hanae Natsuki, who's the voice of Riddle, he's done so much other stuff. Like I think the most recent ones, like he's done Tanjiro from Demon Slayer, and he's a really good voice actor. Like I love the kind of raw emotion he has in his voice, so good job. Hanae Natsuki, that's really good. And then other ones that I can think of, those are like the main ones. I kind of know other characters from other places. It's funny because after playing Twist, when I watch other animes or play other games, I'm like, hey, this voice sounds familiar. One thing I want to point out is that what was his name? Umehara, who voices Leona. I feel like he's in everything nowadays. I watched like several different animes, and like Umehara was there, and all I could hear was Leona. So he showed up in what was it? Like two different Sojo ones. I think I want to say the reason why Liana stayed at the Duke's mansion. I think Umehara was in that one. It's like I'm taming the final boss. I think Umehara was also a lot of interest in that one. I just like been hearing him everywhere. Leona's voice actor is also Hytham in Genshin Impact, yeah. So I actually play Genshin Impact more in English, but yeah, I feel like Umehara has just been everywhere these days. Like he has a good voice, but I'm just surprised. Like I think there was like one season of anime where I swear to God he was like so many main male characters in those animes. Yeah, he's a real popular dude, but I'm glad he's got lots of work for him. Okay, let's see here. I think the third questions, I know we're still going through. Kai 3212. Do you also plan on streaming Twitch sometime soon? That I'm not sure, because this is my first stream in general. It's something I've been wanting to do since, you know, I started my VTubing activities in Twist on my YouTube channel. But I primarily chose YouTube because, you know, I've been basically, this channel is about 2 years old or so. And it's been really nice kind of interacting with all of you in my videos, kind of seeing you guys around and like just, you know, chatting you guys and, you know, seeing your comments and community posts as well. So I figure YouTube is probably the easiest and best way to kind of, you know, be able to have a chat with you guys like we're doing right now in the stream. So Twitch, maybe potentially, but definitely YouTube is still my priority. Fave Twist Boy overall. So I know I got the question earlier about which Twist characters I would marry and stuff. Okay, it's so my fave Twisted characters is some of you guys may have an inkling based on my gacha pulls on my of my favorite characters, but it's essentially all of Octagonal, so Azul, Jade, and Floyd. I also like Rook, Hunt, and Idia Shroud. So those are kind of like my top 5 fave characters. So I really do also like, you know, Scarabia. I generally like a lot of the Twisted Wonderland characters. There is not a single character in Twisted Wonderland that I actually dislike or hate, which is one of the appeals of the series to me, because I generally like all the characters. If I had to pick a fave, oof, that is kind of hard. I would say if I had to pick an absolute fave, it would probably be Azul. I really like Azul as well. Picking a character to marry is a little hard. I want to say I'll go with Azul with that choice. Like, all of them have their own flaws, like, don't get me wrong. But I think, yeah, I think Azul would be my choice. I don't know, it's I just really like him, enjoy him as a character. I actually think he's just really funny. Is like very much a capitalist and whatnot, but it's the soft side underneath that we've seen that like gets to me. It's the moe gap. The moe gap is very important to me in a character. The bigger the moe gap that a character has, the more appealing it will be for me. Lorcana, I answered this earlier. And any conventions like Anime Expo you've been to or wanting to go to? I've been to conventions before in North America, but I haven't really been to the really big US one. Like, I would love to go to Anime Expo, honestly. Like, it's so massive, you get so many guests, and this year, I actually think this year at Anime Expo, they have both Hanae Natsuki and also Nobuhiko. So like Riddle and Floyd's voice actors are actually gonna be there, and I'm so upset because I can't go. And last year they had Deuce. I'm like, oh, I would totally love to go to Anime Expo and actually meet the voice actors there and all the seiyuu. So never went before, would definitely love to go. Let's see. I gotta scroll up here in the chat. So Everheart's VTuber, which hometown you're most curious and you want to have a hometown event on Twist? So I would say it is the Coral Sea. Like, I was surprised that they kind of did like event with Vil. It wasn't his hometown necessarily. I thought it was his hometown before, but it's actually not. It's just another city in the Shaftlands. But the hometown I would actually like to visit. I want to visit the Coral Sea. Like, I want to see, you know, Jay and Floyd and Azul's hometown, of course. You know, I want to see their family members. I'm so curious on the Leech family. So I would love to see Azul's mother, because Azul's mother is mentioned quite a bit. I think she sounds like a really cool gal. Would love to meet her. And also, or if not Azul's mother, definitely any of the Leech family members, because I want to know what is going on with them. They are very clearly like fish mafia, I swear. It's got some really shady undergoing. Like, I want to see what Jade and Floyd's father look like and actually meet him. As dangerous as that might sound, I think it would be very, very interesting. So yeah, Coral Sea event still on my bingo card for this year. I hope I can check that off if they decide to go for it. Okay. So then the next questions I have here. So this one came from Mystical Fire. So Mystical Fire 499. So I think I talked about this already. Do you have any favorite characters from Twist? And do you possibly kin any? So I kind of gave my top 5, though I do love like most of the characters in general. Kinning, I don't really think I have anyone I particularly kin. I mean, Azul and I kind of think on a similar wavelength. Or that's just my corporate soul talking through him. But, yeah, I don't think I have necessarily a kin. Though it's more like, you know, there's sometimes characters do things where it's like, yeah, I relate to that. You know, I mean, like a lot of us can relate to Idia, as, you know, he's a gamer, chronically online, talks about, you know, video games and anime. So yeah, I think there's like times where it's like, yes, hashtag relatable, but not necessarily kin. I think most of my favorite characters are also kind of like my husband those, basically. I'm very much kind of in support of self ships, OC ships. Again, probably stemming from the fact that I just really enjoy playing dating sims and otome games. But thank you for that question, Miss Fire 499. Like reading. Yeah, yep. It's like, that's right, Nessa, I used to play FGO. That was a lot. And it was, it's still ongoing, I mean, but I feel like I've fallen quite far behind after starting Twisted Wonderland. Vizaglo, do you have a favorite event card just from the pose and outfit? Oh my goodness. That's such a hard question. Favorite event card? I would not be able to choose, to be honest. That is such a tough question. Because even though my favorite event is the Ghost Marriage event, their outfits aren't necessarily my favorite outfits. I'm trying to think. I have a hard time deciding. It's the choice paralysis. There's so many good event cards out there. I would put it out there though that every event Ortho has been in, he has a really good card. I think like Fairy Gala Ortho is definitely up there and one of my top event cards, because like it's just absolutely gorgeous. Especially the groovy version. The lighting on that is like impeccable. I love it. So even though Ortho is not necessarily my like top 5 favorite characters, I absolutely love his Fairy Gala card. It's so good. Same thing with his like Cerberus gear. His Cerberus gear is also so cool. So he just gets really cool cards that just make me want to pull for them. And I mean, I'm biased and just pull for my faves no matter what they wear. Some of their outfits aren't that great. I have to say, Azul has a couple outfits. His camping one, and it's okay. It's not that great, to be honest, his camping gear outfit. And then even his Beans Day outfit, I think it's funny that Azul has 2 outfits and him in athletic wear, and I think it just doesn't really suit him as much. I mean, Beans Day or Beans Fest, they're kind of wearing the same thing. But the fact that Azul has 2 athletic wear cards, I'm like, sorry, they're not exactly my my favorite choices there. But yeah, I don't know. I can't decide. I would have to like literally go in and like do a deep dive, and at that point of like an actual just one favorite event card. But then next I have one other question from Kai Carvalho. It's originally written in Portuguese, but I also I had to Google translate it, and the result I got was, how did you discover Twisted or Twisted Wonderland? Was it someone who introduced you to the game? Okay, so this is an interesting story here. That's just my Google device going off there. Yeah, so how it all started is that I lurk on Twitter a lot, primarily to follow a lot of Japanese artists, because, you know, I feel like most Japanese artists just use Twitter compared to other social medias. So I kind of just like look at art a lot on that social platform before the algorithm started getting really bad. So this was like yeah, a couple of years back. And so I was looking through my Twitter feed and I started to seeing more fan art, specifically of the Tweels, so of Jade and Floyd. I started seeing fan art of them like together, and I thought, huh, it's like I don't recognize these characters. Their hair is kind of interesting color, but you know, they look kind of cool. And so then I started seeing more that came in, and I also started seeing people draw fan art of the Tweels with, you know, their own MCs, with their version of you in Twisted Wonderland. And I think I remember one specific image. It was like someone's MC in between. They were like sitting in Monster Lounge, and they were sitting between Floyd on the left side and Jade on the right side. And before I get into any deeper, I have to let you know, in terms of anime characters and anime guys, I have a thing where I really like pairs of anime brothers. I don't know how to explain it. So like Ikemen twins are like a yes from me. So when I saw that fan art, I was like, okay, my interest is peaked. I want to know what this is. I want to get in on this. Like, sign me up. Wherever it's happening here, just sign me up for this. And so like I started seeing the fan art. I started, you know, figuring out, oh, it's called Twisted Wonderland. It just came out. And I basically went down a rabbit hole from there. I just like looked at fan arts, and then I started, you know, looking at wikis. I want to be like, what is this all about? What's happening? Who are all these characters? I got invested. I ended up downloading the game in like Japanese, even though my Japanese is not even that good. And of course, I dragged Little Bean down with me. I think she's probably mentioned at some point I was the one that got her into Twisted Wonderland, and that's literally because I'm like, I'm going down this rabbit hole and I need to drag you down with me. You will join me on this because there are ikemen here, there are handsome anime boys, and you will join me now on this adventure. And then here I am now. 4 years later from that, still playing Twist, still being invested. And it's interesting too, because I feel like with a lot of other players, maybe you guys can also attest to this yourselves. You know, the Tweels were the ones that got me into Twist. I was like, I want to know about them, know about the characters. But then as I learned about the other Twisted Wonderland characters, I really started liking all the other characters as well. So, and yeah, that's essentially it. So Tweels got me into the door, and then the kind of story and other characters end up locking it. And then now I'm here. Been here ever since. So thank you for that question. It was certainly quite the experience, Kai Carvajal. I'll go back in my chat a bit. Let's see. So T Thomas, I asked Bean this one. It was too long for the live stream, can be later. Least fave card for each character. Be it type combo, art, ungroovy, or groovy. Oh. This question is probably as difficult as asking me my favorite card. If I were to do a video, it would definitely have, yeah, it would have to be a separate video, I think, because I would have to actually look at each card and, you know, trigger my memory of, essentially what all the cards were, because I'm like, it's been, we had like 4 years worth of cards, so it's a lot to go through. So yeah, that would have to be a separate thing, but definitely, because I did help actually Lil Bean edit her videos sometimes. So I agree with her that probably my least favorite Leona card I can say is that Vargas Camp outfit. The one where he kind of looks like he's wearing like a Naruto scheme jacket, but he kind of looks like a Cheeto or like a Jijinka, some personification of the Cheeto mascot. So yeah, I think I agree with Lil Bean on that one. That's probably the worst Leona outfit. Wherever that bright orange Vargas Camp wear Cheeto outfit is, it was really ugly. That's for sure. And then yeah, the other characters I'll have to think on. Nice to see people commenting on your fave husbandos, fave characters. I love it too, like, because, you know, some people have favorite characters that are all within the same dorm. But I love it when people have, like, characters that are completely opposite or, like, in completely, like, different groups. So it's really interesting to see that way. I kind of love it. Trying to scroll. I'm trying to scroll here on the side. You guys can't see it. I'm trying to scroll it though. Sin asked, are you in an agency? No, I'm not a part of any sort of VTuber agency. I'm basically an indie. I'm kind of independent. It's interesting because I started my channel 2 years ago. I was originally kind of planning on, like, I was already into Twist at that point. So I was planning on talking about, you know, Twist. This was before the English server got released. So I was kind of like, oh, let's talk about doing stuff related to Twist, and then, you know, otome games and other indie games as well. So I know did released a bunch of videos, but never really did streaming until now. But nope, not part of any agency. I am solo indie, which is why the support from you guys is so important to me, and I love being able to be here and like see you all and chat with you all. Another one from Yessie. Which Twisted Wonderland boy do you share personalities with? Oh, that's hard to say. I think, funny enough, I do relate. I feel like Jamil and I are kind of similar in a sense. Like Jamil's very level-headed, very a sort of practical person. He looks like he's just like high-strung 24/7. And he is, you know what he is? No, I am essentially you know, office lady working in the underworld. You know, it's the corporal spirit. I feel like Jamil has the corporate spirit. He's this poor guy needs a vacation. I feel that on a spiritual level. I think Jamil and I are similar in that sense. Also, it's funny enough because I think Azul and I have some similarities as well in terms of like our thought processes. Because there been many times where I play through the game, I'm like, okay, I know exactly what Azul's up to and what his thought process is, and it turns out to be right. So, yeah, I think we kind of connect on that level. So somewhere in between, I guess, Azul and Jamil there, I find probably is close enough. So probably a little more sociable than that. Fort Park Walker, do you have any favorite event card art? Oh yeah, I probably will at the end of doing a separate video in terms of favorite cards, least favorite cards, because again, there are so many cards out there, I can't decide. I would have to really go through them and see which ones are my favorites. Sometimes I just pull because they're just my faves. I feel obligated to pull for them in the gachas. Other times is just I'm like, it just looks really cool. So just same thing with the banner that was just recent, the Lilia general, you know, right armor. I think I forget, in the Japanese version it's called like the general right armor, Van Rouge. So that I was just like, this card, I was like, it's so cool, I need this card because it looks so cool. So that's like kind of my gacha thing. Yeah, talking back on the Twills and the kind of what's it, the hometown event in the Coral Sea. I actually think it would be funny if, you know, Jade has given us this impression that his family is basically underwater fish mafia. They do really shady, dubious things. They got several businesses. He makes it sound so suspicious, but I think it would be really funny if, like, we visit, it just turns out they're actually a legitimate business. Like, there's this, like, his parents are just perfectly normal. It's only Jade that's shady. Like, can you imagine? Like, his whole family is perfectly normal. It's just like the Twills are just like an outlier. They're like weird. Yeah, especially with all the fan art of the Twills' moms and Azul's parents. I'm kind of curious, you know, like, yeah, Azul's mother, even his stepfather. I love the fact that Twist introduces family members. You don't really see that a lot in, like, anime series in general. A lot of times the parents are just not existent, but I love how Twist actually incorporates family. Because, like, yeah, the family dynamics do affect the characters. It's interesting. Let's see. Yessie, which unique from the Twist boys will you borrow? Okay, so I'm assuming unique magic or signature spell from the Twisted boys, so Twisted Wonderland boys, would you borrow for a whole day? Oh, that's a hard one. Because I'm like, immediately I think I'm like, if I were to borrow unique magic, I would want to borrow the one that would be the most, like, I want to say most worthy. The one that will give me the most bang for my buck type of thing. So I'm like, oh, which signature spell can I use to give me the most profit? Essentially. Because I don't know. There's some that I'm like, Riddle's one, it doesn't really matter if I can't use magic or other people don't have magic. It's like I'm just going through each of the signature spells in my head for each dorm. I mean, Cater's split card might be a close one. If I could clone myself into many copies of myself, I would get so much work done. I could do so many things at once, especially if all the clones share the same memory. So I love that Apple, so I get some good sleep for once. You know what? Yeah, that's valid. Just hit me with that sleep kiss, and I can just have a nice, nice nap. Be cool. The trying to think of what others. I don't know if I want to poison people like Bill. I don't really need Idios. Idios is way too specific, and yeah, you know what? I would probably pick Caters. I would just clone myself. I just get more stuff done. And if not Caters, then maybe Jamil. So I can convince maybe the CEO of the company to give me a pay raise. If that was a possibility, just use Snake Whisperer. Be like, oh, you know you want me to give me a raise. You know you want to increase my bonus. We're at year end. I would do that if I could. So yeah, I know it's kind of a boring thing, you know. It's kind of like, hey Koa, if you had superpowers, which one would we pick? I'd be like, literally the one that lets me like do stuff a lot easier. I don't need really like super fancy stuff. Just things that help me to the day to day. I see Ember ask, what is a place you would like to go? I'm not quite sure what, like a place in Twisted Wonderland specifically. I don't know. There's a lot of places. Honestly, every place we visited in Twisted Wonderland has looked so nice. Like, I think Fleur City was really nice. The like Land of Scalding Sands. Like, I would like to go to every hometown that we went through in the events, because I thought all of them were really interesting and cool. So hard to pick, because I'm like, Twisted Wonderland's got such nice places. A lot of them are like super cute or like super cool. I love it. Let's see what this. That's really though. Sorry, early gets is here. I like reading you guys' experiences with getting into Twist here. And watching other VTubers play Twist. Other one's like, oh yes, a friend that told you about it. That's literally how I drag other people into it. Pretty sure I've gotten at least like two or three of my other friends into Twist, because it's such an easy sell. Because if you think about it, if you want to have people get into Twisted Wonderland, you just go, hey, do you like Disney? Do you like attractive anime boys? Were you a Black Butler fan? If you checked all three, perfect. Here's the game for you. Twisted Wonderland. If you're not into hardcore gaming, if you just enjoy story and just, you know, character interactions, then here you go. It's there you have it. Especially, you know, I know there's people who will be like, oh, I used to be a fan of Scar, or I really like Hades and or like Ursula in the Disney movie. It's like, well, what if we told you that we had those villains, but we made them handsome anime boys? Come on in. And we also, you know, made them really kept their villainous personalities. And I think a lot, though there's like some misconceptions I know at first, that people thought like, oh, that, you know, it was the direct, it was like, you know, the anime version of Scar or the animation of Ursula. In a sense they are, but not really. like they're twisted from, like inspired from, but they're not directly that character. I know there's like misconceptions. Well, Summer versus Noah cover. Yeah, there's a lot of classic Disney fans out there. I was a Disney fan too, so I was really love to see, you know, all the call outs, references. All right. You go to Zillies. Yeah, it's an easy sell. It's really funny. I remember I was at a convention at one point, and I was talking about Twisted Wonderland with someone. Like I was cosplaying at the time, and someone came up to me, and then we started chatting, and then that person had a friend next to them, and essentially we were talking about, you know, Twisted Wonderland, and then I essentially told them all about, it's like, hey, this is Twist, here's the 3 selling points, and they immediately downloaded it on the spot. It was really funny. I'm like, you can just go home and download it. And like, no, I'm gonna download it right now. I'm like, wow. It's totally effective. And then, yeah, of course, also with the characters too, right? For me, it's like, Tweels. I like seeing the designs. I want to know more about them. Sir. Yeah, Yana Toboso promo art. Yeah, Yana's art is so good though. Like, I think a lot of people got into Twist when they saw like Malleus, and they got into it for Malleus, and then all, like kind of branched out and found other characters in Twist. I know I'm kind of like backtracking on the combo here, but thanks for reminding me about Jamil's hat in the Masquerade card. I remember too, because I'm pretty sure I made shorts like making fun of his hat. Jamil's hat is his Pope hat. Yeah, I didn't really look that. It just looked really silly. I couldn't tell it was attached to his mask or not. So it's just a lot of Church of Jamil jokes. Your mom saw Leon. I thought he was ex-member of Aerosmith. Okay. Oh yeah, classical Disney. You know, and yeah, teacher cards, you know, I hope they do release more teacher cards. I was surprised they actually released Crowley. Like that came out of nowhere. He did not come home to me. But still. It was so cool to see the staff. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty sure like a lot of people are waiting for Cruel Sensei's card to drop. Like, I don't think there'll be a lot of people that will pull for, like, you know, Vargas Sensei necessarily, but I am definitely gonna be in the crowd of, like, when Divas Cruel, the man himself, gets his SSR card. Yeah, things are gonna be intense. I cannot wait to see what happened. One of my favorite things is that whenever something happens in, like in the Twisted Wonderland game on JP, I literally wake up, I look at my Twitter feed, and it's just all the Japanese fans like losing their minds, drawing fan art, because God works fast, but Japanese fan artists work faster on Twitter. They're releasing those things like rapid fire. I cannot believe my eyes. Here is this. Yeah, we all agree on Leon's Vargas camp outfit being ugly. Let's see. Another question from T. Thomas. What was your first B-Day event banner card you pulled for? First event banner card? I would have to look back at my YouTube history, my channel history. I don't remember for JP, but I'm pretty sure for the EN server, I ended up pulling on I think Azul's birthday was the first birthday event I pulled for. I remember because when the English Twisted Wonderland server got released, they literally like rapid fire launched the first 3 books, and then there was like a month of Octagonal, which was like an absolute death for me because it was literally Octagonal banners, Azul's birthday, and then Bean's Day with an SSR Azul. So that was a rough time. So I think I remember Azul's birthday was probably the first B-Day one I pulled for on EN. I don't really remember the JP one. I think it may have been Beans Fest as well, to be honest. I don't fully recall. Because when I got into Twist on the Japanese server, it was just as book 3 had been released and book 4 was gonna get released soon for Scarabia. Let's see. Who was your first SSR card you got on your first day playing Twisted Wonderland? Trying to think here, because I'm trying to think on my JP account versus my English account. On my English one, my first SSR, I know the hand I picked in the mirror. My first SR was I want to say it was Jade. I think Floyd was the SR I picked on JP, and Jade was the SR I picked on the English server. So those were the SR, and then the SSR on the English server I picked Riddle. So Riddle was my first SSR because you only had choice between Hearts of Buell or Savannah Claw. I think on JP it was actually Jack. Jack was probably my first SSR card, and then on EN it was Riddle. Riddle was the one I picked, which was really funny because I got Riddle as my first SSR, and then I think I got like 2 or 3 other Riddles as spooks in other banners down the line. It's like just kept getting Riddle for like early in the English server days. So that was a fun experience. I just got so much Hearts of Buell at the start. I think things have finally kind of calmed down, but there's so much Hearts of Buell SSRs to begin with. All the mentions of Black Butler. I mean, the new Black Butler anime arc is on. They have the school arc that's ongoing, which is really funny because Twisted Wonderland anime was announced, I swear to God, 3 years ago. And then Black Butler announced that, hey, we're getting a new season. And we're like, wow, Black Butler, after all this time, is getting a new season of anime. And I think it's kind of ironically funny that the school arc for Black Butler got released before Twisted Wonderland anime did, because now people are gonna watch Black Butler and then they're gonna watch Twisted Wonderland after it, being like, didn't we see this already? Isn't this just Black Butler but reskinned? So it's still interesting. I mean, the original anime was went in a weird direction. I was not a huge fan of season 2, to be honest. I did like Claws, but I didn't really like where the story went. But I am watching the school arc season anyways. Yeah, and then so it does all the Harry Potter too. Yes, that's the other point. It's like Twisted Wonderland is Black Butler, Tobo. So if you like Disney, if you like Harry Potter, and here you go, it's a magic school. I mean, also doing Black Butler in the school arc, you even have like 4 dorms, and you have so many characters that resemble the Twist characters. I've read that arc so long ago, but now that I'm watching the anime, I can't help but draw the parallels to Twisted Wonderland. I'm like, oh yeah, that's the predestined Idia right there. Or yep, I can see where this guy's ties to Sebek. It's still fun though. I still enjoy it. And no, not to mention, like, of course, everyone's jokes of like it's riddles basically red CL. We have CL, blue CL, and then we have red CL. Oh. Remembrance cons. Yeah, I do hope they also do SSRs for Royal Sword Academy as well. Because I'm curious, you know, chapter or book 7 has gone on for quite a long time now. And it seems that we are still kind of going through the story. I thought we were kind of start reaching the climax at this point, but it still seems like we are going through book 7 and other stories as well. I don't want to do too many spoilers in case those who don't play JP, but like, you know, there was a very heavy focus on Diasomnia and the characters and the family. But now we've started to go into like aspects of other characters, and I was like, oh, I was not expecting this direction, but it seems like it's gonna keep going. Like I thought we were gonna reach the climax, but now I'm not sure anymore. So, you know, book 7 is gonna go on forever, and then I assume we're gonna have some sort of book 8 or something, because at some point they gotta bring up that monster that showed up at the prologue. Like, clearly something's going on with Grimm. I think it's pretty obvious by now that Chimera monster in the prologue is basically Grimm, and he's gotta show up at some point. So if it's not by the end of book 7, then it's gonna be, you know, in book 8, and who knows when book 7 will end as well. Hey, Lil Bean. Thank you for... Nice to see you jump in on the stream. You. And, yeah, and this, do you think we can book 8 with Grimm as Overblot? That'd be interesting. Because clearly Grimm will have to Overblot at some point. He's eaten too many rocks. Like, the blot rocks at this point. And then in book 6 they're talking about his like insane like ancient like magic levels and stuff that just like went away, and I'm like, okay, we're setting the pieces in play. I'm kind of waiting for it all to come together at that point. So I think, yeah, it doesn't happen end of book 7, it's gotta happen in book 8. And then after that, I don't know where it's gonna go. But that's kind of the appeal of Twisted Wonderland to me as well. It's, you don't know, essentially, where the story will lead. Like, I had no clue like, book 6 was gonna happen the way it did. And then, you know, book 7 kind of did a bunch of twists and turns. So I don't know what's gonna happen in book 8, so I'm actually, but it makes me excited that way to kind of think of what's gonna happen next, because at some point it's like, where are we going next in the story? Are we starting to go through Ramshackle, or is there ever going to be a focus on, you know, you, the MC? And then, you know, going back on the SSR cards, I wonder if we're gonna start doing SSRs of Royal Sword Academy. It is quite possible, I think, if they really wanted to stretch out chapter or book 7. Because I'm like, everyone on Sage Island is asleep, which includes Royal Sword Academy and all the townsfolk. So if there's any possibilities of like, they want to do more interactions, we could jump into the dreams of Royal Sword Academy, maybe, and maybe that's how they do the cards. Like, if they really wanted to put out Royal Sword Academy cards, that'd be one way they slide it into the story. So possibly. But I'm hoping, yeah, eventually we get to that point of addressing the overblot, what is going on with Crowley, what is happening with us. Let's see. Yeah, see, if you fell asleep by a sleep potion accident from Potionology class, you need True Love's Kiss to wake you up. Who would be the one to wake you up by True Love's Kiss? It's a hard question. It kind of spills into like, who's your fave, but who's your husband though? Who would be the one? Funny enough, I read some, I have read like fanfics and reader inserts with like this prompt before. I think it's funny. Do you want? I know it's not answering a question, but I think it'd be really funny if like you had the main character, you know, the MC or you, who was like asleep and they need True Love's Kiss to wake them up, and then you have like the NRC guys who I feel like some of them would be like, no, I'm not doing this without something in return for me. Or two, they just like fight over who gets to do it first. I always thought that was like a funny concept. They just like fight over who like gets it first, and then in the end like no one wins. I don't know what the answers would be. What happens if it's grim? You know? Maybe the love from your cat is the True Love's Kiss. Maybe that's all you need to wake up. I mean, cats are very known for kind of just waking you up in the middle of the night, right? Maybe that's good. That could work. If you were a character in Twist, what could your style combo? Like, is cute, basic, stylish, elegant, unique, stylish. So I'm guessing this deals with like the furniture room, like the guest room in the combo. So my style, I think in general, even if my own decorating my own office and room and whatnot, I do like the kind of elegant and stylish, I would say. Probably elegant and stylish. Especially you know, in the guest room, I really like all the kind of white furniture pieces. But I also kind of like the stylish, like black and blue furniture pieces in as well. So I'd say like, yeah, it'd probably be an elegant stylish combo would be my thing. Random question, which of the Twist boys do you ship together? My main ones are Riddle X-Tray and Jack Xville. I actually don't really ship characters in Twists overall. I mainly just really like reading people's OCs. To be honest, like I like reading OC ships, and like I know like it's hot topic, but I also really do like actually reading reader inserts as well. I don't know, I just really like the concept of how people kind of work their own characters into it. But or in terms of like kind of parents I enjoy sort of seeing in Twist, to be honest, Azul x Jamil is really funny to me. I really like reading comics of them, or like doujins, because it's just Azul trying so hard to get Jamil's attention. Like, he's just trying so hard. He is shooting his shot at every interaction they have, and Jamil is just having none of it. And I don't know, it's just really funny to see that interaction. Also with Azul and Idia, cause like it's almost like watching a comedy duel. Cause both of them are, I want to say they're socially awkward in their own ways. Like Idia, who actually has like social anxiety, and Azul, who can talk about anything like under the sun, but everyone is just like, God, this guy talks too much. It's like, even though he is charismatic, he does not have many like friends or acquaintances, so they can kind of so it'd be really funny trying to see these characters try to communicate with each other and work together. It's like two nerds attempting to establish a relation. But yeah, those are fun parents. And then, you know, Apple and Jack are really fun to see together. And also with Apple and Deuce, I really like their friendship dynamic. Like, I would like to see them interact even more. They got to be in the same event as with each other in Deuce's you know, White Rabbit Fest hometown event. But I do like seeing them interact. I feel like they're just really good friends with each other. That's the thing too, because I feel like there's not many friendships in Twisted in the NRC. A lot of guys have like bad blood or just straight up don't cooperate with each other. So it's really it's interesting to see when there's like actually friendships that just happen. I feel like they just need to get to the friendship stage before they can even go any further. Not Grim Awakens, yeah, because Azul with Joel is Azul in simp mode. Yeah, that's pretty. Azul is quite a simp though. Like, he like gasses up Jamel and Vil all the time. He's just like, oh my god, like, these guys are amazing. Vil, you don't know who Vil is? He's got all these subscribers, he's got all this influence, he's got these amazing things. I think there's like several occasions where Azul's just simping over Vil, and Vil's like, I didn't ask for this. So it's yeah, the same dynamic with Azul Jamel. Lily, my ship is Player X everyone, Koa X Azul. Actually, Koa X all her boys. Bias or Azul. Thanks for being the wing woman there, Lil B. It's funny because yeah, on Twitter I think I saw some people drawing like ship charts. So you basically have the characters, all their little face profile icons like all in a circle, so they all form one big circle with their like face profiles, and then people draw like lines that connect characters to others, and then they label it with different characters like romantic relationships or like friendships and things like that. I thought it was hilarious when one person just went like, they just had like shrimpy, you know, a little shrimp in the center, and just drew lines connecting with like all 22 characters and called it a day. It's just like MCX everyone. I'm like, you know what, sure. It's like, you got the assignment done. I guess that still counts. So it's yeah, X everyone. Azul pretty much gets shot down as Joel Jamil. Yeah, that Jamil just shoots him down every occasion. He's trying so hard. You gotta like admire his tenacity at the very least. A basic idea for a love interest for Azul will be a business rival he wants to defeat but end up falling in love. I think it's I feel like it's very like, you know, the fanfic tag enemies to lovers trope. That does work with Azul quite a bit. See, I could see it like, you know, like business rival, or I'd be like, oh, I see so much, you know, the whole contract relationship, or like the pretend dating trope as well. That's always fun as well. Azul's like Grunkle Stan when it comes to it. I mean, Azul's one true love is just money. It's just straight up cash. It's gold. I mean, look at this guy. He sleeps in his room, and right next to his bed, what is it? A framed photograph, or like, I guess framed what do you call it, He has his coin collection framed up on the wall. Like, this guy sleeps knowing that he sleeps with his coin collection framed to the wall on one side and his like fortified safe as like a nightstand on his other. So his one true love is his money. Have you seen the Yandere ones? Like Yandere fanfics? Because I know there's a lot of Yandere fics there and Yandere inserts. Or reader inserts. It's like Twisted War. It's interesting because I guess with like Twisted Wonderland, with all the guys being inspired from villains, there are so many Yandere fics out there. And the thing is too, if it's interesting because I understand the appeal of Yanderes. I'm not like, it's not the trope I would go like pick as like my top trope, but it's also because when I played like Otome games, I always somehow end up on the route that's Yandere. I don't know, it's just like somehow I just don't see red flags, or I just like, oh, this character looks like he's, you know, a nice person, and then, you know, like halfway through his route, I'm like, wait, this is a Yandere route. Okay, how do I get out of it? It happened a bit with a lot of the mobile dating sims, and also with when I played like Nor 9, and then with also Mystic Messenger. I think it was like Yu Sung from Mystic Messenger. I was like, oh, he's so cute, I want to like do his route. I'm like, wait a minute, this has got some Yandere vibes to it. Very hidden red flags. You know what? I guess maybe it's just like when you wear rose-colored tinted lenses, all red flags just become flags. Clearly, I just don't learn my lesson. My top faves are like literally these sketches people and RC. So, let's see. Will be that thing about Twist that irks you the most. Oh. Now I'm trying to think, things that irk me the most. Would that be in terms of the actual gameplay or the story and characters themselves? For Twisted Wonderland, in terms of the gameplay itself, I feel like there's still some quality of life improvements that could be made. They have been improving, like they made a lot of improvements since the start of the game, but there are still stuff that just doesn't work as smoothly. Like, why is our AP still at 10? Like, I know we can go up to 30 AP, but we have to use items to do that. I'm like, why don't we just increase the AP to 30, please? I don't really want to do my, as much as I love Twist, I don't really want to do my lessons like every 2 hours. I get like clocking in every 2 hours just to do it. And to be honest, the Twist tunes, it's nice to have the Twist tunes. I like a lot of the songs. The chibis are cute, the animations are fun, but I think in terms of rhythm games, it is probably the weakest rhythm game I've ever played. Because I played like Uta no Prince-sama, like the Shining Live, when it was when the server was still up. I played like the Project Diva games and also Love Live as well. And so like coming in and playing the rhythmics, I'm like, what is happening? What's going on with these Twist tunes? Some of the beats don't even seem like they make sense. So the rhythm game is still really lacking. And I really hated the flick mechanic. I don't know if you guys remember, in Dance and Wishes event, there was this flick mechanic where you had to like press the thing and flick in the direction of it. My phone, for some reason, couldn't really register the flicks that well, so that always drove me nuts when I did the rhythmics for the Dance and Wishes event. Yeah. Little Bean's reaction to Azul. It's funny because Azul really does love Little Bean in terms of the amount of times he's shown up on her gachas. I think he just really likes to go after people that just like shoot him down. I think it's absolutely hilarious. Like, he just shows up when he's not wanted. Service. Well, that's like an interesting I read on people's like OCs. Yeah, I always forget to do my lessons every hour, honestly, in Twist. I'm really bad, but it also doesn't help because I'm playing both servers as well, like JP and EN. It's just, it gets to be a lot because then I'm like constantly logging in. So sometimes I do forget. I don't farm as much as I should. Azul wants a little bit in his kidneys. Oh. Harvest high orders. Yeah, I think he's just like he likes to challenge, I think. The more you shoot him down, the more you deny him, the more he's gonna come back with a vengeance. For me it's weird because like sometimes like Azul does show up to me like fairly commonly, but then like there's other times where he's just impossible to pull. I think for some reason his Beans Fest for me was like really hard for some reason. Cave eventually. Yeah, you know, just wear you down over time. But then like you have the opposite where it's just like characters that just never show up to you no matter how much you pull them. For me it's like Jade. Oh, Jade Leech, you will forever be the bane of my existence. Every gacha I've done for him, he has been like played absolutely hard to get. Always hitting pity. Except he was kind of nicer this year when he showed up on his birthday on JP, I think. No, it was not JP, it was EN. He didn't show up at all of JP. I love it. I think it's like you have like Azul and the Tweels never coming. I see. No, just I think it's also like, you know, the whole desire sensor thing. The more you want a character, the less likely it would show up. Just like every time I want to get Jade and he never shows up. For some reason though, like Floyd's pretty nice. He does show up quite often for most of his cards. So somehow the nicer of the two twins, but then again, Jade just loves stringing you along. Oh, is this the realization? Little being an IRL Jabel. Yeah, you get some people that are like nicer than others for sure. Because I'm like, so far, I feel like Hearts of Buell really likes me on EN. I've gotten so many Hearts of Buell cards, like 3 copies of Cater without even trying. And then it's like, I'm trying to think other ones. Rook is a hit or miss. Sometimes he comes home, sometimes he doesn't. Jade's impossible, and Azul is like, he's a little bit better on the Octagonal side. What was your luckiest pull and unlucky pulls in the event banners? I probably have like, you know, records of it on my channel, like the luckiest and worst pulls. I feel like unlucky pulls are basically any ones that had to hit pity or got a spook on. It's just off the top of my head. I remember it was Scary Monsters event, the Halloween one with Mummy Jade. I think that SSR was like really hard for me to get. I think I got Trey spooked in that actually. So yeah, that was a rough one. Also the on JP with the Twisted Wonderland, or yeah, Twisted Wonderland event with SSR Azul. That gacha, like that was a really bad one. My EN server banner was a lot better, thankfully. But on JP, when I was first polling for that SSR Zoom, yeah, Zool Zoom, it was a rough time. That was like when you're like playing gacha, you feel yourself spiral into insanity. That was like probably the closest one. But I've hit pity on like a lot of characters though. I feel like India's Ghost Marriage was one. Had to hit pity for. And then I think also I forget if Rook's Halloween one too, perhaps. That banner was so tragic, it was so funny. Thanks you guys. Thanks Thomas. That's reassuring. I think I remember now actually thinking back on it. I think I just gave up like mentally and just started talking about finance instead. I was like, you know what? Zoom Sitter Azul is cancelled. I will now talk about personal finance. The rest of this video would just be financial advice. Yeah, that was it was a rough banner. I think it's Jamil banners as well. I think any banner I pulled for Jamil, like his Yasmina Silk one, didn't really pan out on like either server. So yeah, luckiest polls though. I think any polls I got within like the first kind of 10 polls. I think like Vargas Camp Ruggy I got was like a really lucky poll. And then recently it was also the Savannah Clawbrook was a really lucky poll that I got. So I'm like any of them that came like super early. I feel like Rook has come super early on some of my polls. I think the same thing applied to his like dormitory card. This got bad when he came on a ticket in JP. No, Azul's purposely coming to your house, Lil B, because he knows you're being a hard customer. All SRs and events are free. Everyone Rooks. Yeah, I love like at least you know when you get free cards, it's a nice bonus to the event. I think too is another interesting one is that I feel like every time I try pulling out Callum's SSRs, he never comes home. Like I have his dormitory one that came in on the spook, but I remember I tried pulling for like his Zoom one at one point, and then his the one that's for New Year's, and then he just like never showed up. So Callum was somehow also hard to get as well. And Deuce is also, yeah, a difficult one for me, because I think when I pulled for Deuce, did not get his White Rabbit, and then also his Dance and Wishes event, I'm pretty sure I had to hit pity to get that one. So his track and field I did not get either, and neither his birthday, so he's been difficult. He's been difficult to pull in general. You know, 3 times. 3 times in the last 10 pull. Wow. I love it when, like, you know, you spend 90 or 100 pulls into a banner, and then you get the card like twice or 3 times. It's like you're making up for all of the gems you invested. You're like, come on, you could have came like earlier, but no, they're just all gonna show up all at the end there. I think it's only happened to me once where I got like a 2 SSRs and 1 10 pull, and I think that was Azul's dormitory SSR where I got 2 dorm Azuls in like in a 10 pull. But most of the time I don't usually get like double copies of a single card. I might get like an event card and then some other random SSR, but I think that's only happened once where I got a duplicate. Intro Lugar. Oh yeah, Twi'leks love to torture me. Floyd is a nicer one, but yeah, definitely Jade is impossible. Especially on their birthdays. It's rough too, because the Twi'leks share the same birthdays. So then I'm pulling on like, no, JP and EN. I'm pulling like 4 banners. And then I'm lucky if they come home. Usually Floyd's the first one to come home. And then Jade just like doesn't show up. Unless I hit pity, of course. Great. Alright. So we are hitting the 2-hour mark. Wow. Time flies when you're having fun. I'll take in any last questions in the next while, and we'll wind down in the last 5 minutes here. Well. Yeah, it's been fun stream. Not only knows a time when it's like flew by so quickly. Favorite color. Okay, so my favorite color is red, actually, and but I also like purple. So you can see I have both those colors on me, so I had to incorporate those too. It's just like purples, reds. In terms of clothing, also like, you know, I wear a lot of blacks and blues as well. I'm gonna do a collab. Oh yeah, collabs would be interesting. Now I haven't done collabs before with others yet though, except for with the Little Bean, but usually that's with my VTuber model off. Who is your least favorite character and why is it India? Okay, clearly there's some bias that's happening in there. Least favorite character, I would have to say actually it would be Sebek. But again, as I mentioned before, there's no characters that I dislike. Like, I really do like all of them, but if I had to, yeah, pick a least favorite, it would probably be Sebek, because I feel like Sebek is so closely tied with Malleus, right? Everything he does is related to Malleus, but like you don't actually see a lot of interactions between him and Malleus. But when you actually put Sebek in like an environment that's outside of Malleus, he's actually a really funny character. And like just really fun to like see and his like shenanigans, and he's just a really silly guy. So least favorite is Sebek, but don't dislike him. Least favorite staff member and why? So my least favorite staff, I would say, would be right now Vargas. I feel like we haven't seen a lot of Vargas outside of like, even with Vargas camp, we didn't really like get much of his character. Like Train Sensei, or like Professor Train, he came with us to the Fleur City, you know, masquerade event, and we got to kind of see that he's actually a very caring person for students, and even though he's strict, Sam is like a fun character and stuff. But I think it's because like Vargas, we don't really have much to go off of him except for muscles. That's it. It's just he's into muscles. He's a really overzealous gym, like PE teacher. So yeah, just like I feel like if they could, you know, put a little bit more into him, I would like him better. So he's my least favorite in that regard. Just a boy do you all share a birthday with? I'd say like birthday. There's no birth date, but birth month. So I am a June baby, so I kind of in that range of I think it's Deuce and Callum. They're kind of in that area, so kind of like, yeah, Deuce and Callum. Yeah, Sebek is like Sebek is just really funny. I love him when he has like his he's loud, but then he's also like really dramatic as well. He's also very gullible as well. In his way, I think like I remember like he interacted with like Trey and Rook, I think, when Rook told him a story of how he like went into the jungle as a kid and then Sebek believed it. Was that him? I think it was him. Do you think they're Sonic.exe the Hedgehog? Do you think they're going to have overblock cards one day? It'd be interesting if they did. I don't know if they. I would have to like imagine what kind of situation they would need to have overblock cards, because usually all the banners are related to an event. So I have to think of what kind of event they would need to kind of release it. Or maybe they don't need an event. Maybe it's kind of like those like club cards. They just release it on a separate banner. I think it's a possibility. I think if Twisted Wonderland wants to keep milking money from gachas and they run out of ideas, overblock cards would be a good one. But I don't think they would have a personal story attached to them. So they have to think up something in its place. Yeah, I think it'd be interesting if they went in that direction. June babies, yeah. Yeah, I think it's Callum Meduse. I'm trying to remember because I think Callum was like on the cusp of like being like a Cancer, like going from Gemini to Cancer. After oh, 5 days or and then close to Christmas. Get the happy birthmas treatment there. Okay, well, I think this has been a really great time, super eventful. I was actually surprised to see how many of you guys showed up, so thank you so much. It's been a really fun time talking to you all. We got to do a bit of the Culinary Crucible. I managed to get through it with a little bit of your guys' help, a little bit of guessing and intuition there. We managed to get Apple, so that's good at the very least. And then, yeah, do you think Trey will ever get any respect during having? I think Trey loves being in the background. I think he enjoys the fact that all the other events overwhelm him. But yeah, thank you all again for coming to the stream, you guys. I appreciate it so much. Love to do this again. In the near future. Also thinking too of possibly streaming other types of games. I do still like playing otomes and visual novels, and like I also play Genshin as well, so there's possibility of that in terms of the ideas. Yeah, this was super fun. Thank you all for coming out and posting all your questions. It was I had a great time answering them. Had a blast. It was also kind of like reminded me of thinking back on a previous Twist event and cards as well. Thank you everyone, and I will see you all again at some point. So have a good night or good morning, afternoon, wherever you guys are. And I'll see you all some other time. So this is Koa Miyo clocking out. Thank you all.